food trucks are a whole different animal. There's so many things with food trucks, and Nick is probably more in tune with what the requirements are with food trucks. And you, of course, would know a lot more about that as far as like all of the things that you need to have in order to pass the inspection with the food truck itself, like the water tank and how much water you have to have and the measurements and the what has to be sealed and what's acceptable surfaces and what's not. And a lot of these food truck manufacturers, what I'm finding out is the food truck manufacturers say that they know what is required by law, but then they deliver a mobile unit to a person that isn't compliant, and the person has to, for instance, just the water tank, the manufacturer will say, yeah, this is a 30-gallon tank, but really it's like a 29.4-gallon tank. And if they install it with the water inlet on the side of the tank, then whatever's above the inlet can't be measured and included in that 30-gallon requirement. And so that seems to be the number one thing that I see that causes food trucks not to pass their inspection the first time is that darn water tank. And that can be a very expensive mistake. Not just fixing the water tank and making sure that you have the right one and, taking it back to the manufacturer or having your nephew do it who's did some plumbing one time or whatever the case may be. Not just paying the expense of that, but then lots of times, they have their commissary space where they're paying rent. They've paid rent to the commissary in order to get the commissary agreement, in order to get the license from the health department, in order to get the inspection. They get to that inspection point and they've already reserved the commissary, and they have to continue paying commissary rent until they get these issues figured out.